Good morning everybody, welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. You know what, 2 hours ago it was absolutely piddling down with rain, but the sun's come out, it's all dried up, so I thought we'd move into the grounds of Blu-Roy Towers. I've given the gardener half an hour off, so he's probably away having a pint of mould and a woodbine somewhere. Let's crack on with it. Today I'm going to show you a little stack of stuff I've picked up over the last week and been gifted. Some pretty good stuff there, so let's show you what I've got. Now the first two from my good friend and good friend of the channel, Larry. The first one being 999. Now I've got to remember to hold these up nice and steady so my dad can read them. He's been moaning that I wave them about too much and he can't read the titles. Always my biggest critic, but there you go. So Larry picked up a couple of editions of this 999 film, primarily because they're in black cases and he was after the black cases. So what he's done is put them in some blue cases and sent me a copy, and I believe he sent James a copy too. And I'd never heard of this, but it looks like quite an interesting crime film. It's got some decent reviews on IMDb and Letterboxd and a decent cast. It's got Casey Affleck, the lesser light of the two Affleck brothers in my opinion. Chiwetel Ejiofor, not an easy one to pronounce, but he's a good actor. Anthony Mackie from the MCU, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, Norman Reedus also from the MCU and The Walking Dead, though I don't watch that. Woody Harrelson, you can't go wrong, and Kate Winslet. So that's a great cast, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy that one. Thank you, Larry. And also what Larry was saying, we was absolutely delighted to receive this, The English Patient. Now James picked this up early, a few weeks ago. He found it at a cracking price, and it's one that's absolutely skyrocketed in CEX. It's heavily out of print and getting more and more hard to find, and a film I really like, which I'm really glad now to upgrade from DVD. Ralph Fiennes is incredible in this as a pilot in World War II who crashes and he's on death's door, and it's just basically recounting his life while he's on his deathbed. But absolutely fascinating film, this one. And what's the other film he's in that I really like? The Constant Gardener. Two great films which I highly recommend to anybody. Wonderful stuff. So once again, Larry, thanks very much for those two. Truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Absolutely blinded, mate. Thank you. Next up, I've got a few CEX titles. Pocket full of vouchers. Sounds like some crap spaghetti western, that, doesn't it? Pocket full of vouchers. So I've picked up a few titles. The first one being Bruce Campbell in Army of Darkness. Now I've seen Evil Dead 1 and 2. Not the biggest fans of them, to be honest. They're not really my thing. And I've seen one from last year, was it Evil Dead Uprise, Rise, something like that, but I really enjoyed that one. But I've never seen Army of Darkness, and I've heard this is quite a fun take on it, so I'm sure I'll like it. It's directed by Sam Raimi, and I've liked everything I've seen of him so far. The 3 Spider-Man films, really good, so I'm sure I'll like that one. Next one I picked up was this World War II 1950s film, The Man Who Never Was, which looks to me like a good World War II espionage type thriller, which I'm really into. The main thing that swung me on it, though, it's starring Gloria Graham, who I think's a tremendous actress, and I haven't seen enough of her stuff. If you've watched Fritz Lang's The Big Heat, she's absolutely splendid in that and really carries that film off, so I'm really excited to see her in something else. Now Larry, who is an authority on most things war films and westerns, that type of thing, he informs me that this is a remake of that a couple of years ago a remake of this come out, Operation Briefcase, I think, off the top of my head, if I got that wrong, excuse me. So I should watch this and then I'll make a point of watching the remake and I'll compare the two. Thank you very much. Next up, another one I haven't seen, which is heavily out of print, and I think it's about £4 in CEX, which goes far much more than that online. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which is directed and starring George Clooney. This looks like a fun type comedy crime thriller with, again, a cracking cast. Drew Barrymore, George Clooney, Julia Roberts and Sam Rockwell, who I'm pretty sure he'll steal the show because he pretty does in almost everything he's in. Absolutely wonderful actor Sam is. So again, I'm sure this is one that I'm going to enjoy. Next up from CEX, I've been rather neglecting my Eureka Masters of Cinema collection of late. So when I saw this one with the limited edition slipcase in my CEX, well, I've got the vouchers. This was £10, which I thought that was a great price. This is called Samurai Reincarnation, directed by Kinji Fukasaku. Yep, master of Japanese pronunciation, me. Who's probably most famous for directing the incredible film Battle Royale. This looks like it's a samurai zombie film, which looks like it's right up my street, something I can get behind. If it's anything as manic as Battle Royale, given the subject matter, I'm sure it's going to be a great watch. If anybody's seen this, please let me know down below what you thought about it. And lastly, from CEX, Drive, a film I've had on DVD for the longest time and really overdue a Blu-ray upgrade on it. So looking forward to watching that on Blu-ray. My son, he loves that film. That's one of his favourite films. So I'll get him to sit down with me and we'll have a watch of that together because he really likes that one. Can't go wrong with Drive. Next up, I went into the charity shop a couple of days ago, one that I don't get to very often. They were doing 3 for £1, so I managed to pick up 3 Blu-rays for £1. They had quite a lot of titles, but mostly stuff I already had. But these 3 have passed me by. First one being Brad Pitt and again Casey Affleck, the lesser light of the two Affleck brothers. The Assassination of Jesse James, and I can never remember the full title of this, by the coward Robert Ford. A film I've got on DVD somewhere and I have seen it. And to be honest, when I did watch it many years ago, I think it came out about the mid-2000s, I didn't really enjoy it. But having said that, it's amazing how much your taste evolves over the years, and mine has certainly evolved. So I think I might go into this with different eyes and I may enjoy it a bit more this time. I think actually Sam Rockwell's in this as well. Yes, he is indeed. I know it's quite a long film, so I'll have to set some time aside and have a watch of that. Yeah, I remember it being quite slow, boring before, but as I say, I've evolved over the last few years personally as a viewer. I mean, 10 years ago I never thought I'd watch silent cinema, but now I absolutely love it and indulge in most things like that. So I think this might surprise me. Next one, Layer Cake, again another film I've had on DVD for the longest time, and I'm happy to upgrade to Blu-ray. The film that got Daniel Craig the Bond gig, directed by Matthew Vaughn. I remember really enjoying this. Again, it's been a year since I've seen it, and I'm sure on a rewatch I'll enjoy it just as much. And last, on the 3 for £1, I only took this just to make the quid up really, but I grab these Curzon artificial eye titles whenever I see them, and this one, Love and Friendship, a kind of costume drama which doesn't normally tick boxes for me, but you never know, it might surprise me. And as I say, just made it up for the 3 for £1. Don't know anything about it. Got Kate Beckinsale in it. Anybody know anything about that? Let me know down below. But stop press. I was just about to film this for you guys when the post lady came. Larry was here. The man struck again. Now, he did say he was going to send me a parcel, but I've got no idea what's in here. It could be anything, knowing Larry. So let's open it up and let's have a look. got me trusty skizzers. Right, Larry, what have you done to me this time? The first one, I'm liking the back of it. Looks like an aerial film. Devotion. I think it's quite a new film, and yeah, I've not seen it, and I love my aerial warfare films, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this, Larry. Thank you very much. It's a foreign release. It's looking a bit Norwegian or Scandinavian on the back, so I can't tell you much about the film other than, yeah, it's a aerial warfare film, which I write into. Jonathan Matthews, Glenn Powell, I know their faces, can't think of anything they've been in off the top of my head. Especially that guy there, I'm sure he's been in something I've seen recently, but I'm blanking at the moment. Larry, thanks very much. I know I'm going to enjoy that one. There's another one in here. Oh, another film I know of but haven't seen. Channing Tatum in fighting. Again, like I said, I don't know anything about this film, but Larry's a great judge. Looks like it's about bare knuckle fighting, which I'm up for. I love me fighting films. So Larry, thank you very much. Truly appreciate these two wonderful additions to my library, and the two from in that one before. Absolute wonderful stuff. Oh, looks like a couple. What? Oh, hang on, there's something else. There's something else. He must have run out of space in the envelope and decased it. Beneath Hill 60, which is a film I have on DVD, so I'm really glad that I can upgrade there. Oh no, actually it is a DVD, so it's a film I've already got, mate. But appreciate you sending that to me. It's a really good film, actually. It's a World War I film about them burying under the Germans' trenches and trying to listen in and set explosives to collapse the trenches in World War I. So if any of you guys would like to have a look at that, just drop me a comment down below and I'll gladly post that on to you. Yeah, so thanks very much again, Larry. Thanks everybody for watching. I had a few good new subscribers recently, so welcome along to the channel. If you're new, just mention down below, just say hi, just introduce yourself. So if you've liked what I've done today, give me the thumbs up. Apparently it helps the channel. Subscribe if you want to hear more of this twaddle. Go out, enjoy the sun, and I'll see you guys later. Au revoir.